like they don't transformed or something and they don't remember nothing they did. That's funny to me.
I remember being on live reading the book. The only thing we have done, we have not used any sources of our own. Or my grandmother. We have never used no sources of our own. We've been
yes,
on
we
live.
have, Mo.
Hold up, y'all.
Yes,
No,
we
not with
have.
the slave trade.
Hold up,
Not
y'all.
with the slave trade.
Like,
Okay, hold
With the
up.
slave trade, we've only used the books that they gave us.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up.
What the fuck?
This how we gonna do it because I feel like it's too chaotic. Make sure y'all tap in the screen while everybody talking because every time we all get together in a group, things go haywire. They knock the. Make sure y'all tap in the screen. We don't want nothing to get reported. We want to keep this conversation going. So this how we gonna do it. We gonna start from the bottom with opium, and then we gonna go up. Everybody gonna get 2 minutes to talk and get their point across, and then we gonna make it happen because I don't want it to go all over the place. Opium, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Brown girl cried in here before
Huh?
Brown girl cried in here.
Go ahead and unmute your mic. You got to 303. That's how we gonna do it, and we gonna run it. Everybody gonna give their perspective and their standpoint and what they say, and then we gonna go from the top on back on down, so everybody can get a response. That's how we gonna do it. Go ahead, Opium. Go ahead and unmute your mic, and go ahead. You got to 303. Make sure y'all tap on the screen.
I'm from the top, sis. I want to hit natural.
We gotta save natural for last. Go ahead, Opium. I don't know if you stepped away or what. You not unmuted though, Opium.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, now we got you. Go ahead. I don't know why you keep dropping in and out, but we can't hear you.
Well, because mine's gonna be really quick. Cause
it keep cutting you.
Go ahead until I get my internet. All of a
Okay,
sudden, right?
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, so we all heard you say that a hominin, you came from hominins, Port City. So y'all have been, or your crew has been up here saying, oh, they said we come from monkeys. We never, they just keep calling us monkeys and apes. And so y'all are saying that version of it, but y'all are not getting up here saying that the debate that you had with Natural, you said out your own mouth that y'all came from hominins. Not only that, you said on your platform and you did not show a lot of the receipts that Natural was showing during that debate. Meanwhile, he showed us the screen and showed us what you were saying and presenting at that same time. So I feel that that's very just disingenuous to get up here and say that somebody's calling you a monkey to a crowd if they're not able to actually sit and see what was happening at that point and then turn around and say, oh, they were disrespecting us and that's why we came for them, because that's a complete lie.
Do I got my time wrong?
Yeah, I did watch that.
Can I talk or what?
Oh, go ahead. Okay.
I mean, the way that debate was set up,
hold
up. Am I next?
Okay. Okay. Listen.
Do I got to write down what she said or what?
Yeah. Give me a second. Hold up, the guy to TV. Hold up. So we're gonna go ahead because she addressed you. So you said your name.
Oh, all right.
And we're gonna let you speak, and then more facts. Go ahead.
Yeah, during that debate was the way it was set up at the time. I didn't have any YouTube to share my screen and all of that stuff.
I saw you were on YouTube before that.
Like, well, first of all, you're gonna let me talk? Like, is this the platform that you're gonna talk over me, or you're gonna let me talk?
Y'all can't interrupt. Go ahead.
Respectively coming over here. I mean, all we want to do is just talk and have a conversation. So I'm just letting you know during the debate, I didn't have the opportunity to share my screen onto the computer. I was on a live on TikTok when that went down.
Okay, that's it. Port City.
Yeah, that's all I got to say right now.
Okay, go ahead, Mo Facts.
Yeah, I don't know. This is before that though, so this is what everyone keeps bringing up. Most people have entered into this whole dispute at the time when Port did a debate with Natural. This goes back before that. This is way before that with the disrespect and the monkey. They didn't even have a debate yet. They didn't even lock in the debate. And we kept telling them that this whole people evolved from a monkey thing comes from a racist European who drew a picture falsifying evolution. And we challenged them to bring it up, and it was been over a whole year. Nobody brought up any abstract or any scientist saying that we evolved from a monkey. Then I did a presentation breaking down the misnomers with the whole rhesus bullshit, that is a misnomer, that they were testing rabbits and monkeys and it had nothing to do with a human. It was a protein that they thought matched the human and the monkey, but it didn't. But people had already wrote papers on it and they were using rhesus factor. But it's a misnomer. You see, and I challenged them to come up there. I waited on live after I did the presentation for a whole 30, 40 minutes. Nobody popped up. But they went to their live and still kept calling people monkeys and have never proved it. And y'all can still show me the monkey right now if you want to.
Oh, wait. So let me get this correct.
Oh, you had to say, let me turn my camera on.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up, y'all. We're not going out of turn. He made his point. We're going to move up the ladder because Sutton was also a part of that. Go ahead, Sutton. Everybody gonna get a chance to respond for your turn. Come on, just keep what they said in your head so everybody can get their stuff out. Go ahead, Sutton.
For the longest, I wasn't dealing with nobody but one person, and that was Earth Speaks. And then everybody else decided to jump in it, like they could debunk me on Egypt being in America. Now, I will say this. Since last year, I said anybody that believes Egypt is in America, then come debate me. I said, I'm not running from none of you niggas. And nobody but Earth Speaks picked up the debate. Months after, I called him out on his bullshit. So if anybody had a problem with me when I was talking about Egypt being in America and coming to debate me, they should have did that shit last year or earlier this year. Nobody fucking did it. Then I just see mad disrespect, Pan-African this, Pan-African that. I'm like, yo, and I didn't even respond. You can ask Mo. I kept on Mo, let me go. He was like, nah, bro, calm down. We ain't on that. We just dealing with religion. And then months went by. He was like, yo, fuck it. I'm taking the change off. Get him. And I said, again, if anybody wants to debate me on Egypt being in America, then come to the debate. They kept coming up there with belief. We kept trying to pull up the stuff that they was supposed to be in. Oh, I got this information. Oh, it's a pyramid over here in Cali. And we look it up, and it's some shit that man made in the 1970s and shit. They can't debate Egypt in America with an artifact. They just, oh, look, they got Egypt over here. That's Greek. Oh, look, we got the Red Sea over here. Okay, now you got the Red Sea over here. Now show me Egypt being over here. Show me the artifacts that they found over here. No one ever produced the shit. So then people got in their fucking feelings because they couldn't disprove the shit I was saying. That's it. I concede my time.
Okay. Port City.
Yeah, as far as the hominid thing, you know, I meant what I said when I said what I said. I mean, we're all primates. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that shit, but it is what it is. And I'll go to any source if you guys are you gonna let me finish, or are you gonna talk over me?
Let them talk opium. Go ahead.
So, I can pull up stuff. I don't know if this is a debate or a conversation, but I mean,
this is a conversation.
I can pull up information to, state my claim just as much as anybody that can pull out any statement to try to refute my claim. I stand by what I said. Hominid is a term. Hominid is a term that's given to all humans, bipedal ancestors. This includes humans, chimpanzees, gorillas. People don't want to hear that shit, but it is what it is. It's the science. Don't debate me. Don't I'm just telling you. Is anybody gonna let me finish?
Y'all gotta stop
talking over people over here. Like that's the problem. Why
y'all gotta stop interrupting.
Because everybody want to talk over everybody, yo. I haven't came over here. I've been quiet and muted and haven't talked over nobody.
Go ahead, finish.
All right. So that's just my stance is on the scientific information, and that's what I did was bring to the table during that debate.
Okay, so you're basically saying that you did say that we all was hominids.
I said we are all hominids. That's a term given to humans and all instinct bipedal ancestors. Look that shit up. I stand by what I said.
All righty. That's it, Port City?
Yeah, I stand. Yeah, that's all I got to say about what I said about the information. Yeah.
Okay. Natural, you may go.
I got a question for Mo. At the time when I said that the transatlantic slave trade didn't happen, was that before the debate or after the debate?
Go ahead, Mo Facts, unmute your mic. Okay.
You got to pay me $250, G.
To answer a question?
You want to talk to me? It's $250, G.
I mean, you not even. I'm not even.
That's what he did to me. That's
yeah,
what he did to
I
me.
did
This
do
is the
it.
whole. We
Yeah,
could
I
have
did do
already
it.
had this conversation.
Yeah,
we got to do this presentation because he didn't even want to talk. He
I mean,
called me out and said I was scared to debate him. Now he want to ask me questions when I'm doing a presentation. Nah, G. You said it. The whole point is you said, bro, he said it. I don't care what
Look,
the date
I'm not
is. You
here
said
for
it
the
didn't happen,
feelings.
and you got people
I'm
in
not
here
for the
capping.
feelings.
You got people in
We
here
all
capping
grown.
like
We
you
can
didn't
answer a
say it.
simple
You said
question.
it. Monty Muse said it. Y'all all said it. You shouldn't have never said it, dog. That's it.
Okay, so
Hey, sis, I just want to say I don't got time for none of this pettiness. I came here out my way to speak. If you can't be grown enough to speak at the right time and want to be washed up about the past, that's you. At this point, I can care less. All I'm just asking is just a simple old question. If it's hurting you so bad to answer a question, then okay, oh well. It's not gonna hurt me that you ain't gonna answer the question. I could just move on.
Bro, you answered it yourself. You said it. That's the whole point here.
I
People
asked,
are saying
I
that y'all
asked you
never
for a
said this
time
shit,
frame.
and we're going to show them that you actually
Okay,
said it.
okay, people.
And you just admitted you said it, so that's the end of it.
Be for
That's,
be for
what is the
I'm gonna say
date?
this last statement before I mute my mic. Yes, I did say
And
it,
I
but
did answer the question. Hold
yeah.
on. I answered the question, bro. I was being a smartass,
Let
but
me
I
speak
answered it.
for
I said I
myself,
don't know what the
Mofest,
date
because you're
is.
not grown enough to answer the question properly, like the way
I don't know what the date
I
is.
just asked you. So everybody in the comment section, yes, I did say the transatlantic slave trade did not happen before the debate. After I educate myself on more books that I read, just like I presented in that debate, I gave a number of how many slaves had came here. I said less than 300,000. Then I even cut they even more when I went to slavevoyage.com. So that's why I'm saying I had corrected myself on that. And people want to speak as if a person can't change their mind on the matter. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Should have said that earlier.
okay.
Okay, I'm grown enough to own up to myself. I'm not gonna sit there and cry and mope like everybody else.
Yeah, hey,
Well, I'll give you
No,
that.
damn,
I've been
not
knowing that
I'll
when
give
he
you that.
did that. And when he correct, he don't have
Okay,
to
go
correct
ahead,
himself to the
Opium,
public.
because you
I've been knowing, we already know.
go ahead, Opium, because you didn't get a chance to speak the last time due to your service. Go ahead, Opium.
It trying to lag me out of nowhere. But basically, no, my thing is I'm trying to figure out how did people who actually, really finding out these things by doing their genealogy and having things presented to them by their friends and family with documentation and blood ties all the way, like I said, to genocides and addresses and stuff, to the point where I'm going across people's pages and they making fun of what they mama done told them and what their grandma done told them how they American Indians. I'm trying to figure out how is that even okay, period, whether it applies to someone or not.
Basically y'all slide to basically the books that
Okay,
tell me the name of the book.
okay. This
And
is
I'm
my
asking in that
questions. Now,
presentation,
I
did I
got
not
questions
give
for
him the
Port
number?
City, Sutton, and Mofax.
So
I'm gonna
you're
start
gonna
from
have
the
to remove
bottom, and
ba-
this how we gonna do it.
basically
Now, I'm
to
gonna give
narrow
everybody a
down
chance
the
to
whole
respond to what I'm
entire
asking.
their presentation,
Mofax,
because their presentation
that
is
night
based off
that
the
the
debate.
native
And I just heard from
girl,
from
I
the
ain't gonna say her name because she got stalkers. She when she did that video, because I'm pretty sure y'all saw it. When she told y'all about me and her, my family being kicked out the tribe, due to being classified as a Negro, you came onto my post. I think I asked you before, but it lost me, I guess, because I was heated at the moment. I don't really remember what you said, but when she said that my family did not come from Africa, that we was already there. The question that I got for you is, why did you say you never heard of melanated people being kicked off the reservation? Would laugh out loud at the end. To be specific about what you said, can you explain to me why you wrote that in my comments? Because that was the same night that video went down. Go ahead.
Yeah, because me and my wife both have I'm gonna say black, but y'all stand down. We got black people on the reservations, okay? and they've never been kicked off. So I was saying that is weird that I keep seeing Thoth, I seen Kenya, I seen Los, I seen you, I seen a whole bunch of people post a bunch of white looking people getting kicked off reservations. So I was saying that's a good point. For me, maybe you seen black people get kicked off. I know people who are still on the reservation, they didn't get kicked off. I was saying that they should think about that. Why is it that? So have you seen more?
Hold up, Mo Facts. You say white looking people? I'm trying to understand like what you mean by that.
I mean, the people that I see complaining about getting kicked off reservations, they don't even look Hispanic or Native American. They just look white.
Okay.
So I was just saying that's something people should look into. Like how I've never heard anybody in my family or my wife's family say, man, they trying to kick me off the reservation. They just sitting there chilling, and there's people that don't look like them who are getting kicked off the reservation. So I'm saying that's a point that people should look at. That wasn't like throwing a shot at you.
Okay, okay, Mo Facts, but can you clarify how those black people got on the reservation in your family? Like
how they got there, they just been there.
So they were indigenous to America, or they mixed with American?
I've never had conversations with them. I never had conversations with them about that. I know my Cherokee family in South Carolina said that they are the remainder of the people who were there that they escaped and hid with. They mixed in with them, and then they hid them. Then they moved them to the West, and they stayed there and hid in South Carolina, so they were never displaced. But then these white people came in and said that they're not Cherokees and they're Cherokee. So my family is battling in South Carolina with a group of white people who are claiming to be Cherokee, but they can't be Cherokee because they're black.
Okay.
That's all. I never asked them like where did they come, but my grandmother said they came here from the slave trade though.
Okay.
I don't know where my wife's family, where they think they came from or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
This is your genealogy. Just a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Sutton. Now, thank you, Mo Facts, for clarifying that. That misconception that some people did mix with Native Americans. I'm not gonna sit up here and cap like that didn't happen. That did happen. People did mix with Native Americans, and they did get into the tribes, and you know what I'm saying, that stuff did happen. So I'm not gonna say it didn't. Sutton. Now the reason why I brought you up here because I wanted to talk to you about a comment that you made. When you said you never once said that black people were not indigenous. What's your stance on it exactly? Do you think all black people come from Africa, or when you made that statement about all black people or something about being indigenous? Can you like clarify like
my stance is I never subscribe to all black people coming from Africa.
Okay.
But people keep saying that because the Pan-Africans say the Pan-Africans said we all come from Africa. The Pan-Africans said we all come from monkeys. If anybody got a problem with me, just say my name. If I got a problem with anybody in the black indigenous community, I say their name. I never once said, oh, a matter of, to be precise, I be fighting for y'all sometimes when I go live because people like to disrespect the shit out of y'all. And I'm like, it's mad disrespectful to sit here and say that every single indigenous person don't have dark skin or kinky hair. I say all these people are not lying. You have people that are doing their genealogy and they're tracing their family and they're telling us that they really ain't come from Africa. So I'm supposed to be like, oh, you know what? They're all lying. I said 100%. 100% of them are not making this shit up. There's no way 100% of them can be making this shit up. I said there's some people out there that's actually telling the truth. Then you have some people that's just faking the funk. We see it every day. So no, I don't believe that.
I agree with that. And that's what
Come on, bro. You gonna let me talk or not?
But that's
Go ahead, son. What you were saying?
All y'all ain't come from Africa. That's cool. I don't subscribe to that at all.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. Where you stood on that conversation. Port City. Now you was a little bit different now. Now for you it's a little different now. Now I have heard them say stuff that I could agree with. But me and you is a little bit more crazy because you assume, in my opinion, that all black people come from
Didn't I
Africa.
tell you
All
yesterday?
melanated people who
The
got
domino was
afros,
gonna fall.
brown
I'm not
skin.
lying.
You do have that mindset. I have saw you say things that just took me back. So can you please clarify your stance on that subject?
Oh, I'm about to say,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah, no
tell that
doubt.
it was
I
you.
feel like humankind originated out of Africa. That's my stance. That's kind of where I'm going to be with everything.
Okay.
When it comes to like melanated people in the Americas, right? Prior to European contact, I've never said there wasn't like no one never heard me say that it wasn't. Like I know we go back and forth with the whole, my thing is I don't think all like there's a large group of y'all that says that we ain't African and we've been over here the whole time and life started over here the whole time. That's where I have my disagreements at.
Okay.
I feel like life originated out of Africa and we can have those conversations.
Okay.
I feel like we can
Okay,
like
bro.
I do like I'm not gonna say that there wasn't any melanated people like over here. But like in the large percentages that I like that I hear, like yo, we always over here. I just don't subscribe to that. And I
Okay.
feel like if they were melanated, I feel like there's an African origin from those
Okay.
melanated people.
Okay.
And they could
Okay.
have been here
Okay.
for ages and stuff like that.
Okay, Port City, because this is what we need to kind of talk about this. Okay, so let me ask you a question, right? So even if you believe that everybody started in Africa, right? At what point does a person cut ties with Africa and just be straight American? And answer me this, right? If my ancestors, if life did start in Africa, if my ancestors left Africa 20,000 years ago, before the transatlantic slave trade, why does that still make me African? Because if all life started in Africa, why don't Europeans have to put African in front of their name? Why don't they get looked at as Africans? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So at
No,
what
I
point do you
understand
cut
100. Yeah.
ties with Africa?
Right. That's a great conversation, and I think that's a good conversation. I think a lot of people get confused with human chronology, like how old is humans and how far out of Africa you need to be non-African. That's a
Okay.
great conversation, right? Now, like I said, like if I make a suggestion that all right, there might have been a few melanated people over here, I would subscribe to them maybe coming from West Africa,
Okay.
making contact over here. But that's a conversation. This ain't me, you know what I'm saying? I would have to look at the evidence and see what's on the table and stuff like that.
Okay.
And y'all can laugh and hee in the comments, all that shit. But
Y'all,
like, either way,
y'all don't do that, y'all. We trying to have a
yeah. See, that's the
conversation.
I'm having a conversation and like, you know what I mean. But I do subscribe to the origin of humans coming out of Africa.
Okay.
We can have a conversation about how less African those humans became once they left Africa, and we
Okay.
can have a conversation about which Africans could have had the possibility of getting over here, or that, you know.
Okay. That's all
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about with you is at what point do a group of people have to cut ties with Africa? What Africa, if they started in Africa, at what time, if they left 20,000 years ago, would that still make them African? And why I made that point is because majority of all groups, when they do the DNA test, right? All of them have some bit of sort of African in their blood. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Well.
because their skin is pale and they identify as white, they can say, "Hold up, I'm not African." But by my skin being melanated and by me having an afro, I'm automatically African. You see how that works?
Like I feel you. Yeah, I feel you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all
What I will say is when I say that, when I look at the science, I look at haplogroups L1. Anybody can look up L0, L1, L2. Most African Americans possess L1, L2. Those particular Africans never left Africa.
Okay.
The L3 group is the only group out of that haplogroup to leave out of Africa.
Okay, I mean,
and
I
to
haven't
be
looked into the group.
de-Africanized. Yeah, yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Me personally, I haven't looked into the group, so I can't say which is what, but that's gonna be my
Yeah,
next research.
yeah.
But go ahead, Law Natural. I'm not sure if he's still there or
Uh,
there he go.
I was just about to say is that's really all I just came up here about that statement that Mo Fex made. And about the books I be reading, he's saying there's certain things that I'm not reading over, which I already brought out before. I feel like there ain't no point in bringing out those things when I already covered them before. I feel like a lot of people just come about looking at stuff at that point in time, thinking like that's it. There, I have lessons where I read whole entire books before, or half of the whole entire book. I mean, half of the book before. My thing is, people don't have the same mindset as I do. When I say European, I don't think white people. When I say freaking Russian, I don't think white people. I say which one you refer to. There's two descriptions of every single nation on this earth. I always say which one do you refer to when it comes down to it. My followers already know. That's why I don't have to explain nothing. But when it comes down to stuff like this, now I gotta explain more because I can't stand when people try to paint a narrative on bullshit. I can't stand that. Then I just leave it alone because it ain't that's not even worth my time. It's not even worth my time until the time until it's time for me to actually do a lesson on it. That's all I just really wanted to say. Oh, and the thing about Heplo groups, Port City. What you think about E1B1A?
What about it?
Where do you think E1B1A reside? Where do you think E1B1A come from?
All those haplogroups come back to Africa, bro.
Hmm, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
That's a
all. That's all.
conversation we
That's
can
all I
have
just want to
outside
know.
of this
That's
joint.
all.
Yeah,
I,
haplogroups are, um, and opium. I'm not trying to cut you, but haplogroups are, and the human genome is only studying what happened to the DNA sequence after leaving out of Africa.
but that's crazy.
That's what people don't understand. So hey, it's
It's what the
I mean,
research
I,
science
gate.
says. Yeah.
I wasn't a
This is what
They're
the science
studying
says,
the
bro.
evolution of the haplogroup and the evolution of the DNA strand coming out of Africa. The entire human genome is about Africa. So as soon as you try to use it, it's going to be checkmate.
okay.
Now, I'm not saying they can't be wrong about it, but I'm saying as of now, they don't have no
Oh,
information that
they
predates. There's no data that predates
they
the
recently
African DNA sequence.
they recently just came out and said they got to do their studies all over because now they diving into American history. They diving into
Can I?
What's
Can
American.
that?
I?
Hold on, wait. Let me
Hey,
finish.
can I?
Hold on, let me finish.
Let him finish.
Alright.
You got
You next,
they
oh.
diving into American artifacts. They coming out uncovering the stuff they was trying to hide from people from public view, and now they saying they got to start back over. A lot of the scientific community do not want to do this over because it's gonna be endless. It's gonna be tedious. They finding more and more artifacts, more and more rock formations, more and more fossils of plants that's older than Africa. The only reason people is not agreeing with this is because I don't know why. Everybody knows mainstream media always lie, but some reason people just so gullible to it. But once they do this, I would like to see what everybody got to say because I already been bringing this stuff out. I've been bringing up the
I'm gonna
fossils,
switch sides. If that data comes out, I'm switching sides. But I'm not about to do it off
but
of
the
a
but the
belief.
thing
That's
is
facts.
the
Just
when
show it to us when it come out.
the thing is that data already been coming out and people just been going against it because what Wikipedia say, what a scientific article say, versus just using your own mind versus going against the grain, versus going against what John D. Rockefeller had instituted to the people. We know John D. Rockefeller came out and said he was changing the education system. They was reconstructing everything, changing locations and everything. We taking this in mind, but still going around with the same mainstream indoctrination. It's crazy to me, but that's all I really want to say. And by the way, I'm pretty sure y'all know I burn my bridges. Or Earth speaks. I'm burning bridges with more people. Please don't associate me with him again.
Nah, you with him, bro.
It's too late for that shit.
We know.
Before you had the debate with Port, y'all was smiling
No,
and
check
giggling and
this out.
shit.
Check this out.
What the
Count. You
fuck
can.
you don't
Hey,
associate?
like
It's
this real
all
talk.
good,
This
bro.
real
I hear
talk.
you, man.
Y'all can really count the time on y'all fingers how many times I jumped on this panel. I did not jump on this panel more than 5 times.
I mean, y'all best boys. Stop the
Hold
cap.
on. I don't
I
fuck.
never liked
I do
that
not fuck
boy.
with him anyway like that.
What
And then on top
what
of that,
happened?
High
just hold
five.
on.
What happened? What happened?
Just because.
I thought y'all had some
Hold
tight.
on.
Yeah.
Listen.
Just
That just.
during the debate, you fucked
Hey,
with
hold
them.
on,
Then
y'all. Can y'all
when the debate is over
let
with,
me
you stop
finish?
fucking
Can
with them.
y'all let me finish? Can y'all let me finish? It's the simple fact when you have. I like to call it. I like to call it hidden jealousy. There's a lot of hidden jealousy I feel from a lot of people that I'm burning bridges from. The thing is, just because I associate with somebody doesn't mean we cool like that. I don't fuck with him like how I fuck with I don't fuck with him like how I fuck with Monty, Los, and Rashad. If I'm fucking with them, if I fucking with him like how I fuck with them, then you can say something. But I don't. Every time you go live, I'll be on this panel like total. I don't do that shit at all. So I'm just letting you know. Don't put my name with his name anymore. He represents his own goddamn self.
So I was gonna
Noted.
say,
Putting everybody together, bro. I don't care about that shit.
but no, I was
Y'all
gonna say.
started
So
That's
together, y'all
lives
gonna end
about it, and you
together.
always talk about it. So don't cap on this live.
Hold
That's
up,
gonna do
y'all.
that for y'all too then.
Before Opium speak, he said he cut ties with him. So even if y'all, I know y'all video about to come up.
It's already in the slides. I'm not taking this shit out because he said so. He ain't my
Hold
fucking
up,
daddy.
let me
No,
finish. So
oh,
let me
I just
finish.
want
I
to say
never liked
before
that
opium
boy.
talk, because I'm finna drop on down, and I'm also burning bridges with all 3 of you too. So don't talk to me. Don't tell me about this presentation. I'm ending all this. I don't even care if
We
y'all switch.
wasn't fucking with
Hello,
you in the
wait.
first place.
Even
The
if
fuck
y'all
you
switch
talking about?
sides,
Don't do
that's
the
all I'm
Mexican.
saying.
Y'all got
Y'all
that
have a good
Negro
day.
for
We
Love
didn't
real.
even
y'all.
tell you to come
Peace
up
and
here,
blessings
bro.
to
We don't
y'all.
fuck with you.
We have a good
You
day,
burned
man.
your bridges a long time
All
with
right,
us.
good,
We
good.
don't
I mean,
fuck
even
with
back then, I
you.
didn't even have a bridge
We
with
don't
y'all. But
care.
I'm saying that as in keep my goddamn name out y'all mouth. That's it.
I'm
Good
not
day.
gonna keep.
Because I even caught myself doing it too. So if y'all got sources that's credible to read, we with it. But when y'all keep saying stuff like Port City, I'm gonna be honest. When you said y'all done lost y'all African minds, I took that personal. Because if I'm telling you I'm not
Right.
African and you keep saying y'all done lost y'all African minds, it becomes personal.
The
Because
mannerism.
now I gotta stand up and tell you I'm not African, and I haven't lost my mind because I have the records and I have the court papers and I have the documents. Then that's when it get personal, because you grouping everybody in a group because you said
Exactly.
the Black indigenous community. You see what
If,
I'm
if,
saying?
I hear you, sister. I hear you. If you don't identify as African, hey, I ain't talking to y'all.
Okay.
All right, it is what it is. When I say this, I am calling out people. Now when I say this though, I am calling out people that is faking out here. There's a lot of people that's real indigenous, and I'm if y'all are if you got the records and you can prove your you know your existence and your lineage and all that, all I praise to that. I'm in search of knowledge for self. I respect anybody that has that. But you can't tell me to stop saying you lost your African mind. I'm talking to my brothers and sisters that might be African descent, right? And they might pick up
You
the
found out
TikTok or
fruit and
Not
whatever.
the
had
debate.
No,
Indians
Wait a
in
minute.
them.
Hold
no,
on.
Now
Hold
you
on. Hold on.
catching
Hold on.
up.
Let me
let
finish.
them finish
Damn, let me finish.
Go ahead, y'all.
We do got African
Hold on,
people in
Port. I gotta
America,
ask you a
right?
question. Port, I
You
gotta
know what I'm
ask you a
saying?
question.
And it's
You just
like, what about
Port,
those?
Port. We get you.
Yeah.
We get the understanding. You say you after those fake indigenous. You consider me a fake indigenous?
If you got the DNA
You
that
can
you
Mark,
get
you
Nah,
don't
don't
hold
talk about
up,
answer
no
that,
goddamn
bro.
DNA. No, I said you just
Don't
exactly.
hold
answer
on.
that,
Before he just
bro.
said
Yeah.
DNA,
You
you just
April
hold
22nd.
on. Before DNA, you just said records. You just said
well, you just
genealogy.
well hold on, cuz you just told me about DNA. So how can
Hold
you
up,
ask
I
me
told
y'all.
DNA?
you the
And,
limitations of
and
DNA in the
you know what I'm
debate that
saying?
it cannot determine race whatsoever. But I told you
That's
that is
that's
not
crazy.
biological.
I,
That's some
I,
shit that was
I,
made up.
me and you gonna have to
Hold up,
agree to
y'all.
disagree on that one.
No, it
No,
don't.
That's
It,
the
what I'm
guy is
saying.
it
speaking.
is
Y'all
what
gonna
it
bring it
is.
back
It
up.
But
don't.
like I
Yeah,
said,
it's,
you got to
it
take
is
me
what
out
it
of
is.
your.
Let
You
me
gonna have
put
to
my
take me
teeth
out of
so
your
break on my
bullshit.
teeth.
You got to take me out of your bullshit because, for one, I showed my genealogy. Two, I showed my records. I show everything to the damn people. So you got to shut the fuck up and get me out of your bullshit. If you consider me indigenous, I mean, if you
First
say
of
I'm
all,
not,
whoa.
I'm just saying, if you
First of
don't
all, you're
consider
not
me
gonna sit.
indigenous,
First of
if you
all, you're
don't
not gonna
consider
tell me.
me
First
indigenous,
of all,
you cannot be
you're
dumb
not gonna
double
tell me to
standard for
shut
what
the
the
fuck
hell
up.
you just said.
First of all, you're not gonna tell me to shut the fuck up. I've been real
Shut
gentleman like on this panel, and I haven't said shut the fuck up to anybody. All right.
Reason I said
So let's
that's
just
some
talk
bullshit what you
for
just
real.
said. Cause I be
Just say
hating
you
that fake
disagree.
ass
You
shit
can
that be
say
coming out your mouth.
look,
All right,
but you
look.
can
I
disagree.
apologize for
Can
telling
I
you to
Don't
shut
get
the
with me.
fuck up. Okay.
There's a million
Hey,
ways
hey,
that
hold
you
on.
can say you
Can I
don't
say
disagree. Hold
can
on, let
I
us
say
finish, bro. Look, man, this is a conversation between me and him real quick. But if you
Hey,
disagree, just say
let
you
me say the
disagree.
conversation between you and him because
Just let me finish my
could have been
conversation, cuz.
I
Okay,
could have
Hold
been
up.
chimed
agree.
in
It
because
is
the
what
way
it
how
is.
First
no
of
because the
all,
way how beef
yeah,
was
Y'all,
because the way how
y'all gotta
yeah,
pull y'all
and look,
emotions out of
yeah,
it, y'all.
and that's
Stop.
and when I say that,
Stop.
man, I don't.
Hold up, y'all. For real, hold up. One statement. I love that we having this conversation because it needed to be had. And I want to hear everybody's perspective of what's going on. Because here's the thing, y'all. When y'all curse, people take it personally. And they feel like they gotta respond. So that's what's going on. When y'all talking about, you said, here's the thing. This how we gotta do it. When you're talking about somebody, address them. You know what I'm saying? Just say, like, for example, Laura, if you want to talk to Port City, say, Port City, you say such and such, and this is how I felt about that. For example, we got to keep the respect level in order to have the conversation. It's clear how Sutton, Mofax, Port City, all of them feel about you. There's no question about it. We all know y'all don't rock with each other. They got things they want to prove to people, and Monty as well. We know we don't like each other. That's clear. But can we please have a respectful conversation so we can get to the bulk of the problem?
because that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to
All
figure
I
out
want us to do.
that my thing is like I was gonna say. I'm trying to figure out where did the disrespect come from me over a period of time, watching Mofax and Sutton and Port City making videos, duet, and going back and forth with fake Indians, with fake natives, with real Americans, going back and forth with everyone, and just using the whole umbrella term and not taking in consideration of the people who's actually really going through things and really finding out ties to what they're tied to in history, period, whether they're American Indian or not. The people that y'all kept and keep forgetting about that's willing just to take this journey, period, that a lot of people don't want to take, because a lot of people still can't tell me who their 6th, 7th grandma is if I was just to ask them on GP, right? So the fact that majority of people still in just society and just majority in this chat probably can't tell us they 8th or 7th is part of the problem. And the fact that I've seen y'all over a period of time with mannerisms and energy and body language that is offensive to people whose mothers and grandmothers told them who they are. So the fact that you want to sit up here and also, you know what I'm saying, play with people's intelligence, like some of us ain't read up on double speaking or don't know who William Lotz is and don't know the 4 parts of double speaking. So when you up here trying to say you having an intellectual conversation and a person like myself catch you using double speak, because only really smart people can use double speak if you really know about double speak. And
What you talking about, bro? Just say the name.
no, do you see? You want to complain about how I was cutting you off, but now you're being hypocritical.
Because you just talking like you addressing somebody on the panel. If you got a problem with one of us, say our name,
I
bro.
mentioned all 3 of your names already. Were you not listening?
So you thinking that we like saying that, like, look, no one's disrespecting your family personally, bro. Like, I haven't said, yo, this is for your grandma in any one of my videos. I've never said that.
Are you not listening either to what I said?
I heard you, but I'm just saying I think
Yeah, I'm
sometimes
truly,
we get
truly
assumptions
not understanding it.
about what we say, bro. And I
When we
think we
catch you
get personal
slipping, we
with it,
catch you
bro.
slipping.
So wait, hold on, let me ask you before. Wait, hold on.
OPM, I never caught you slipping, bro. The only thing I caught you doing,
Hold on.
you just jump on the live. He look.
Hold on.
He don't
Hold
jump.
on.
Look, hold on, opium. Let me say this because you already made the statement. When you jump on a live, right? after we sitting here going at it with somebody who put their genealogy on the screen, they read the DNA wrong. We had them get turned back. Hold up, wait, you missed something. What that say? And they showed that they African and all that shit. And they be sitting there quiet, but you pop up like, so you talk about my grandma? And I'm like, opium. I don't know you, bro. I don't know you. Like, who are you? What? Like, give me some information. Show me something. I have nothing to use against this dude.
Who DNA?
I don't know nothing about you.
Yeah, who DNA were y'all looking at?
It's
And
a
who genealogy?
lot of people got up there.
No.
A lot of people got up there. I don't remember their
okay.
names. There's a whole bunch of people,
Okay.
but they got caught in lies. They brother exposed them. They mom exposed them. They cousins be online. They get caught in another lie. You know, saying they African. They say that they don't care. They say that they don't care if they find an African. They still not African. Like, we caught them slipping, so then we ran up on them. That's it. If you ain't get caught and you just sitting there telling the truth, then your shit is probably checking out.
What you mean?
Everybody who getting caught up is because they shit. Look, it came out they was lying.
Y'all
I don't have no problem with that. And look, let me say this last part. We have indigenous people in Pan Africa. Like, I don't understand how y'all don't get this. They talk to us all the time. Like, I don't know why they so mad. And we're talking to Black indigenous people.
Okay,
Because
They don't care. They don't care that we doing this. Listen, there's people we know that do not care about us doing this presentation because they know we're not talking about them. We're talking to the people that we caught lying. That's it.
Okay, all right, y'all, hold up. Monty been on the panel. Hold up, and opium, hold up. Monty been on the panel for a
He did
while.
not say your name.
Before Monty speak,
Go try to put your
only thing I need
DNA
y'all to say
in.
is I have an issue with
You
Monty,
cannot
right?
have
For example,
DNA
okay.
and genealogy and say this.
Who have a problem with Monty? Because one of y'all said his name, I don't remember who exactly that
They
it
just trying
was.
to find a way to put shit together.
Who have a problem with Monty?
I don't have a problem with him like I got a problem with Natural, because Natural called me out. Monty ain't never called me out, and then I pull up on him and say, yo, you said you wanted to debate. He go, no, you need to pay me if you want to debate me, after you called me out and said I was scared of you. So no, but he does present information on these books, and we grab those books and we go over them on YouTube, and you can go look at it, because we're showing the video of you reading the book, and then we go read the part that you skipped over and closed out of, and it shows that the African slave trade happened and Africans were over here and they were calling them Negroes, and it wasn't confused with Indians.
That bullshit
So
you
that's
sitting
the
up there
only
doing
issue.
is freaking
That's the
unnecessary.
only
You don't even
issue.
have to say that fucking
That's the
bullshit.
only.
See, he asked you
What?
about
There you
him.
What's
go.
going
How
on?
you
You
know
have to
it's
go
scripted,
on the
bro? You
whole
watched the
damn.
live?
What the fuck
Hold
is
on, wait.
going
You have
on?
to go
Do
on
we
the
gotta
damn.
replay it? We can replay the
Sutton,
live.
nobody's not talking to you. I'm talking to Mo Facts.
I don't
Stop coming out
care.
speaking for your damn boyfriend, man.
No
I'm
one
talking
was
to him.
talking to
God
you.
damn. Shit. Now,
Why you? Nobody was talking to you, and you
let me
start
calm.
talking.
Let me calm myself. Let me calm myself.
Right? Nobody
Now,
was
as I
talking
was
to you,
saying to
and you
Mo
start
Facts,
talking.
as
Right?
I was saying to Mo Facts, she asked you
Sure.
about Monty. You didn't have to go on a 10, 20-second rant about what I did and whatever bullshit it is.
He
That shit
was
is
talking about Monty,
if
bro.
I'm talking to Mo Facts or fucking Sutton. Shut the
God.
hell up. Damn big sensitive ass
Would you
dude.
do the
Damn.
same thing
Now,
then?
as I was saying,
He was talking about Monty.
now as
He
I was
wasn't
saying,
talking about
no, because
you.
the only thing he's just trying to do is just spark my fucking
I had to use it.
attitude.
I had to. No. I'm not, bro. I had to
No,
use
I'm
it
talking
as
about
to
Sutton.
gauge.
I ain't talking about you.
I had to use that as an example.
Okay,
She did say don't do that, but I had to use that as an example so people can understand that it's just a book with him. He never talked shit to me and say, you scared to debate me. None of that. I had to use it as an example.
Let me ask you.
Okay.
That's all.
So,
Okay. Hey, Mo Facts, what was the name of that book? Was it about William Penn? The same
April
presentation
22nd,
I saw
you'll
you
find
talk
out the
about. You
name
talk
of the
about the book
book.
by William Penn?
Mo, don't answer that. April 22nd, you'll find out the name
I
of the
saw
book.
it.
Y'all, hold up, y'all.
Respect her, panel.
Monty, go ahead and respond because he was talking about you.
Yeah, I do need to be done.
Well, I've heard my name mentioned many times. I've seen a little clip from YouTube, and I'm just trying to figure this out. So you said you went over the books, and you said that you
Don't
saw.
block Makulu, y'all. I want him to come up too. He present information, so you just let Makulu talk, and he gonna come up and present his information. But Monty said he heard his name being mentioned plenty of times. Monty, can you clarify who said your name?
I think I seen a video with Port City saying my name, and I think Sutton. I don't know if it was like a group thing. Now I'm hearing
I did. Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
people keep talking
They want you
about
to
me.
be
I
like
don't
me.
particularly know why.
Always.
For me, I've never said that so-called Africans didn't even come here, even though they wasn't called Africans when they came over here. What I always focus on is
What
American
else in?
so-called Indian slavery. So for me, I'm just trying to figure out what's the goal here, I guess. What's
That's
really
my
the goal
point.
here?
Because that's my point, Monty. Because I've already seen them with, like I said, mannerisms and everything already go against the fact of we are not originally from here. That we're all from Africa. Pretty
Hold
much.
up, pause. Okay, I dig that, dog. This is about the information. This is not a personal attack. Monty put out a book, and he told us to read the book. When we looked in the book, it had information that he did not put in his presentation. That's what this is
Okay.
about. We do not have a personal
Just like
problem
that
with this
script that
brother
you
at
just told
all.
Malcolm X said
You
we
know
was
what I'm saying?
Aboriginal, but you
I
just
just want to be
say we
clean
come
with
from
it, though.
Africa.
And this
Okay,
is
go
clean
ahead.
shit. This ain't no, like, look, man, brother to brother, I respect you. You a
Mm-mm.
brother, man. I don't got no
Mm-mm.
problem with my brothers and
Yes, you
sisters,
do.
but we
That's
can
a
all have
fucking lie.
disagreements, right? And if you put information out and you tell the community, hey, look at the book,
Double
and
speaking.
you make comments like, I believe African slavery didn't happen, I'm going to look at the book, and if I see something in the book that says the opposite, I'm going to make a reply on it. That's what I'm saying. And we can go bar for bar with it. And that's what our presentations are about on the 22nd and all of that.
Africa is
It's not.
it's all
Look. People thinking that this shit is personal.
That's the only way the black people got here is that.
Now things might have been said personal, and
Mm-hmm.
that's like some shit that need to be handled too. But this is like overall, this is information. So if I say if I put a book out, right? If I put a book out, y'all can go through the book and say, look, man, Port, you bullshitting, because it says the other thing. It says something different.
So
That's
are you
all I'm talking
so
about.
saying that you've never?
It don't got nothing to do with your grandmother, Opium.
No, hold on, no,
You
but
know
let
what
me
I'm saying?
let
That's
me
the difference.
let me clarify
That's the
this.
difference,
Hold on,
bro.
let me clarify this.
That's the difference.
Facts.
So let me clarify this. Okay, let me clarify real quick. So you mean to tell me when I've seen many videos and all in posts that you've made when you've been going back with other people that have been claiming American Indian things or just doing the history on it, right? You've never belittled or never sit up here and discontinued the fact that there were original copper-colored people here first?
I never belittled anybody.
What?
No, I'm not asking that. No, that's what I'm saying. When you present information, combating the people that you were combating, whether, like I'm saying, I can't speak for them people because, like you said, I've never not agreed that there's some people out here that have not done their genealogy and they're trying to say who they are. You get what I'm saying? We've already dealt with that. So my thing is doing that process.
Like my thing is, if you take information,
I can't finish, but go ahead. Man.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
During the process while you were combating them people that may have either been real or fake American Indians, when you were doing that, you mean to tell me that you never either accidentally or on purpose belittled the fact of my folks being here, my bloodline or other people's bloodlines originally being here as American Indians? You've never you telling me I didn't catch none of that from what I seen with my own eye.
Just take
I can tell you if you caught it, it was after somebody had said something to Port City, or after somebody had made a video about Port City, or after Port City been called a monkey. That's what I'm telling you. So before that, Port City videos been.
So now we see.
I'll say yes to that.
Hold up, y'all.
I'll say yes to that one.
Now we get it. It was boom, tip for tat. You say this.
No, I'm just saying, like, don't like.
Now we get it, y'all. No, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I'm not saying some shit on some tit for tat. You say it's about me, I'm coming back at you. I did.
Yeah.
So
a lot of this came out of the debate that me and Natural had. A lot of that shit came out of that. But like, I never was banging on nobody like on that level until somebody started saying shit personally about me.
That's what I'm saying. But
or make a video about.
But let me say this.
Shit.
But let me say
That's
this. Let me throw this out here. During that conflict or whatever when that was transpiring with whoever you were doing that with, you got people like myself that's really tied to this that was taking it a different way because I don't know you like that, my G. You get what I'm saying? So I'm over here like you disrespecting American Indians. I don't know you like that, bro.
It's always the information though.
So basically, what he's saying, we need to stop while they continue to do this shit.
No.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah,
y'all
we
don't
need
even
to
know.
just sit in the corner and take it.
No,
You're
listen.
not
Yeah,
We
taking
we
just
none of
gotta
that
sit
shit.
in the
No,
corner
Y'all
and
did,
take it.
listen. Y'all did what y'all did, and we
Hey,
gonna
listen,
continue to do what we do.
bro.
Y'all make it seem like we
Listen,
gonna
I gotta
stand
say this.
down for making videos while y'all
No. Hey,
continuously
Suitin.
diss us.
Suitin,
What the
hold up.
fuck?
Suitin,
I
hold
don't
up.
get
And
this shit.
He did. Hold on. For 3 months, I made Suitin stand down. He was just sitting there getting ragdolled.
y'all should
And
hear
then
the
I was
shit
like, yo,
that
okay, they
he
being
said.
extra disrespectful, bro. Just
Y'all
go ahead
should
and give it to him.
hear.
Bro, they would
Okay,
not leave
listen.
him the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, okay,
y'all.
let me speak real quick.
When was
Go
If
ahead.
y'all go back to my
I wasn't
YouTube,
saying it
you're
like that.
gonna
Cause I'm
see
calling out.
where
Hold on.
we stopped
When was
talking about the religion.
when was I fooling with y'all?
Yeah, because I want to know.
Tell me that.
Okay, can I finish? Can I
Go
finish
ahead.
before you
I can
chop my
play
head off
it. You want me to
natural?
play the video? You want me to play the video again? I played it a million times. You said you
Shoot.
said
You know,
Mo
because I
Facts,
want to know.
and this is why
When
Mo
you
Facts and
start
Brother X don't
doing
want to debate me. So that's when I zoomed in on you. Because you
Yeah.
said my name.
That
And
did
then I
happen.
asked you, I said, yo,
What did
just
I say?
apologize and tell people that you was just I said, apologize and just tell people you were bluffing, that you really don't want to debate me.
when
Because you're not debating me.
Look,
Right?
Mo
And
Facts.
he said he ain't say nothing.
I'm telling
He
you,
just ignored me.
this was
So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna
this
just
was
do a presentation on it because you already got your people thinking that I'm scared to debate you, and I'm gonna show you that I'm not scared.
I'm talking about before the debate, Mo Facts. I'm not talking about what transpired after. We know what happened. We know what happened after that. Was I on this disrespectful, chaotic, rah stuff before the debate on y'all?
You never disrespected me. Your wife did.
when.
Okay.
Hold on. That's after.
So
That's
And
after.
Okay,
Hold on.
y'all.
No,
Wait.
because I want to know
Okay.
when I disrespect.
Yeah.
Before we get to that point, hold up. Before we get too personal.
no, she good though.
Hold up.
She good. That's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to back him up. But I just want to get at him. Like I want to talk to the
When did
man.
I
I ain't trying to
disrespect
argue with
you?
her.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is what I want to be said because it's 300 people in here. We need to clarify what we're saying. Can you say what Naturalisa said, please? Because y'all keep saying she disrespected her, but nobody have said what she said. So can that be clarified?
Please.
What did she say?
It was more of a threat. Like it was a threat. She said she was like gonna get her brothers or her uncles or some shit like that. But I just ignored it. I ain't saying nothing. I was like, look, just get your husband. I'm not trying to talk to you
No.
about no.
Okay.
And then it went
What are you
over like you
talking
gonna go
about?
get somebody. So I was like, I'm definitely not having this conversation. It started off at first we were just talking about the information in that book that I was going over, but she took it somewhere else. So I was like, look, I'm not even talking to you at all. I'm just gonna talk to your husband. So that was it, and I ain't got no problem with that because that's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to back him up, and he's supposed to man up and say, "Look, I called him out, and I didn't want to debate him." He's supposed to say that.
Okay.
He's never saying he's not telling the truth, so she's just sitting there backing him up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Sutton, you go ahead and say what she said because
Yeah, because I
you
want to
never
know
said
exactly what I said.
What you mean?
because you said that Naturalisa disrespected you, but I never heard you say what she said. Not one time.
Now he said, I said I'm gonna get my
And
uncles
she
on
right
here.
here, her husband right here. Can we just clarify?
No, I said he disrespected me and my wife, who has nothing to do with this. Y'all ain't never heard my wife get on TikTok and start talking shit to nobody. No female, no
She
male,
really
no
said I
nothing.
disrespected him.
If I attack Kim, I'm attacking Kim. I'm not attacking him and his wife. I'm coming at him with information, or I'm just gonna be on some disrespectful shit.
Okay, so
Can
okay,
I
go
say
ahead,
something?
fine. Go ahead.
Go, Monty.
Oh, it was Monty talking? Oh, I didn't know. Go ahead, Monty.
I believe I know that I'm, pretty young amongst the panel, but I believe that we have a lot of people that watch us. You know what I'm saying? On whatever end that you are coming at, a lot of people are watching us, and I feel like that's people's souls. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we gotta sometimes just take our emotions out of stuff and really focus on the betterment of our people. Because I assume that even though y'all think we African, y'all really want the betterment of our people, right?
I mean, we can all
Facts.
agree on that. Yeah, we all definitely agree. Look, man, it's nothing personal. Like, look, I've never been. Look, this is
Ford,
fucking
speak for
TikTok.
yourself, bro.
Yeah, still want to
Yeah.
address
Look,
them.
you know,
Okay, go
it's
ahead.
information, yo. I will attack the information. That's what I'm.
Okay.
You be doing a lot of petty stuff too, so please mute.
All right.
But So
Go ahead, Natural and Natural Lisa. Y'all have the flow. A lot of stuff was said, so let's go ahead and get it out so we can see what was said, how y'all feel. Let's go. But y'all go ahead.
Okay, so to address Mo Facts, when he stated that I said I was going to get my uncles or brothers, first off, I said uncles, and you said I threatened y'all. I know exactly when that happened. That was on Mr. Dr. No Job Live, when all three of y'all was being real disrespectful to my husband when he kept telling y'all not to call him the N-word, and y'all kept going on, didn't care. And I said, why are y'all acting like this? Y'all supposed to be grown. And Sutton, you were just saying about your birthday is finna come up and how old you were. So I'm like, oh, what? I didn't know he was this old. So he's an elder. He should be, setting an example for us. So the fact that y'all were acting like that day when I called all of y'all out, because I wasn't just talking to y'all, I was talking to my husband too. But I told y'all, for y'all being the older people, you and Dr. No Job and them, y'all supposed to be setting an example. Y'all supposed to be like my uncles or my brothers. And I said, if that's the case, when y'all start getting disrespectful, I said I can get my uncles for you if you want to talk to somebody your age. So how's that a threat?
All right, my bad. Well, I guess you didn't.
Okay.
So, well, neither one of y'all threatened me. Then neither one of y'all
Okay.
threatened me.
Thank
So
you.
that's all right.
Now,
Let's
Sutton,
leave
what
it
did
at.
I
But
say
the
disrespectful to you?
wait,
Because you
hold on
did
for
say,
everybody. Hold on, because this is for
okay.
the comments. Hold on for the people. I gotta address this real quick because people keep saying that we backpedaling. The only thing that has ever happened is people called us out and did not live up to what the hell they said. That's it. I've been repeating this over and over. Every presentation I do, I play that clip in the beginning where he said, I'm scared to debate him. So this is not backpedaling. And if you know me, you would already know that I have connections with Native American in my family. Y'all just was jumping so damn fast, y'all didn't even get why I told Sutton to leave this shit alone in the first place. But I didn't know people were disrespecting Pan-African. Like that was a completely different story. I was like, yo, these people probably finding out some history about their people, and then this shit is mixed up. You never know who the fuck was with who, where it was on the earth. There's a lot of people here, right? So that's what I thought it was. When I seen the monkey business and all of that disrespectful shit, and y'all look like gorillas and orangutans, which y'all gonna see on April 22nd, well, how they be talking about Africans, and then turn around and make it seem like we're backpedaling. No, we saying we're not gonna be disrespected, and we do have enough information and intelligence to get up here and spar with you. We're just leaving you alone because we know that, we leave the door open to more information. But if you want to challenge me, I gotta step up to the plate. That's it. But for everybody else that jumped in after the fact, I get that y'all got to defend the people that y'all with because it's your circle. So we're not adding y'all to it. The people who disrespected and got out of pocket and said they can prove it and didn't prove it, they say they wanted to debate and didn't debate. Those are the people we're making these presentations about. Everybody else, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Defend your people. Do what you got to do. There's no harm, no foul. We get the jokes. We just once it crosses a certain line, that the people can't come back. So we just stuck where we at, and I'm admitting myself that it is personal. It's a personal situation because I feel like he has a large following, and everybody was all over the place in different videos, not just Natural's videos, but other people's videos saying, "Yeah, he got Mo scared." I'm like, yo, it was eating me up. He does not have me scared. I don't even really know this dude. So that's what pissed me off. I said, no, we got to do a presentation because I need to show these people that I can actually debate this dude. They actually believe that I'm scared to debate the dude because that's what a following does. We have to be responsible.
You see what
We
you
have
keep
to be
talking about?
responsible.
What you talking about sounds like your ego and your pride. Like you shouldn't be
I just
worried
admitted
about
it.
you shouldn't be worried about what nobody else thinks. If you know what you're talking about is
I
safe.
just admitted it though.
But the thing is, do
I
you
just
know how
admitted it.
much the
I
listen?
said it's personal.
What
He
I'm
said
trying to finish the
He did
statement
say that.
because you still ain't getting what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is the same way how you said, oh, everybody saying this, this, and this. They say stuff about him all the time. Y'all say stuff about him all the time. People come at him all the time. If he could respond to everybody, he would be responding to a lot of people. So you should take that and see that, okay, people are going to talk regardless. If you are right or wrong, it don't matter. People are going to talk.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all supposed to be teaching people
Yeah, but
about
I'm
African
responding to him.
and Pan-African stuff, that's what y'all should be teaching about. Not our
There
stuff.
you go.
Let,
Exactly.
let
So
me let
now,
me respond to that
look, I'm
statement,
a
Mo
writer.
Facts. Go ahead.
Let me say one more thing though. I'm a writer. So I gave you the ego because I wasn't done. I gave you the ego part. I admitted to that. Part of it is my ego and it's personal, right? I'm admitting that. There's another part that's important because like she just said, I am teaching African history and I teach about religion and I have a book published right now. So you telling people that my word is not credible and I got books with academic studies in it, that's going to take away from my reputation. I'm not scared to debate, and my information is solid. So I do have to respond to it, even if, now this is the last part, even if I did the presentation and I didn't make any jokey jokes, right? My information is still powerful and it still stands. I would have to do the presentation anyway, whether I've directed it towards you or have any clips of what you said anyway. Either way, I have to stand on it because I can prove what I'm talking about. So it's not just the ego, it's also that I'm a writer and I do teach, so I have to be able to stand up and back up my information.
But look, can I say something real quick? And that's the thing I be saying though, MoFax, and it's not necessarily a direct shot at you. Is when I be saying people who carry themselves like you, writers, bloggers, historians, all these people over a period of time that, like I told you years ago, that I put on a pedestal. Me and others from the hood put on a pedestal. Y'all the ones who wanted to go read books. Y'all the ones who wanted to go do all the research and come back and, like you said, come tell the general public and write these magical stories. But me and the homies is finding out that we have ties to this land that nobody talks about. Everybody belittles. You yourself said your folks is Native American, and are they Native American or American Indians? Because I'm over here not sure to take it offensive, because are you calling your folks who copper colored Native Americans? Because from my research, they technically would be American Indians unless you can prove they mixed with some Asians or some Siberians.
Well, that's for the sake of the conversation. They call themselves, they say Anianwia or Atuniwaka, whatever.
But now
they never said, they don't even, hold on, Opium, that's for the sake of the conversation. My family in South Carolina don't even call themselves Cherokees. They have a different word that they use, like Anianwia or some shit like that. Yeah, but this is for the sake of the conversation. When we say Native American, everyone knows what we're talking about. If I say Anianwia, what is that going to mean?
Okay, but because you're still proving my point, because that's been the problem of why my people don't know who they are. You just proved my point because you just belittled it. You just proved me right. Thank you. You're Koki.
Okay, cool. Well, the people know what I meant when I said Native American, so I'm not about to sit here and have people sitting there like, what the hell?
They really don't. Because that's the argument. Like the Native Americans think we're trying to take their names, and we're not. We American Indians. So was your grandma and them American Indian, or were they Native Americans?
No, my grandmother's African though. She knows that she mixed in with them. That's what I'm saying. You're getting me confused. She mixed in with them. Let me say this. Yeah, she mixed. Okay, so now listen. Yeah, and this is the one thing this is the one point I'll give you that I've heard happen in arguments in my family and other people that were Moors that spoke to me and my family that are outside of my family. They said, how did you hide amongst them if you didn't look like them? You couldn't hide amongst the people that you don't look like. So that is the key point. But it doesn't change that my grandmother said she mixed with them. She didn't really even go into how they looked or anything like that. She wasn't concerned about that. She was just speaking about the arguments that they have in a family where people they just want to be 100% native to this land. And she's saying, we're not letting them slide. We mixed in with these people. They are no longer here, but we're carrying their DNA. Because they moved them from South Carolina somewhere else, and they're still there because they hid out. So I'm not saying that my grandmother is saying that she's original to this land. She still says that we came from the slave trade.
Okay. So basically, just to clarify for the chat, because I know a lot of people here listening in and they not understand what he's saying. Basically, what he's saying is that his grandma, who is African, said that he mixed with the indigenous people of America, and that's how they got ties to the tribe, right? But he never once said that it was the Mongolians or the Asian people. He didn't say that. Just so we clarifying it. Just so.
So who's the?
Yeah, I get your stand.
I still didn't get to go yet.
But that's what he's saying. Anybody else got anything to say? Because some people want to come up, but one thing that I want to address, when it comes to Monty, I'm trying to understand, like, what's y'all beef with Monty? The ones who do have beef, because
Monty cool with you.
There's no beef.
We don't have no beef with him.
There's no beef. Man, I respect the brother. I respect everybody, right? But Monty put out information that I have problems with. right?
Can you
I think
clarify the
my,
information?
there's a lot of stuff
April
that y'all gonna have to
22nd.
see on the 22nd. But I got respect for this brother. I got respect for all my brothers and sisters
Huh?
that is melanated. I don't want to get nobody confused, but it's okay to be an adult and disagree with somebody.
All right.
And we all adults and we can have disagreements. I mean, that's just what it is.
Right.
And I've heard Monty say a lot of respectful shit. I heard him on his live one time say, you know what, y'all can't talk to the Pan Africans like that and shit like that. So I got, I don't have no problem with that, brother. What I do have a problem with is information that I have a problem with, and we can discuss that information, right?
Okay.
Like say if I say something, I say, hey man, this is my information, this is my source, and we go bar for bar and we vet each other's sources. That's all I have a problem with when it
So can I
pertains
ask?
to him.
Can I report? Let me ask
That's
some.
it.
It,
It don't got nothing
it,
to do with your grandma.
Hey, opium.
no,
Let me throw.
It don't got
Opium.
Hey,
Hold on. My
I,
bad,
I was
bro. I
actually
gotta
the
throw this
next
question
to
out there.
speak. I was actually the next to
Just
speak. I was
Okay.
trying to speak after Mo Facts, but
Go ahead.
I'm commenting to Mo Facts and Poor said. Mo Facts, about that debate. I already told you that I'm not debating you, and I said it numerous of times, and you kept pushing the issue. If you say you're not scared, then you're not scared. I respect that. That's cool. If you took that as disrespect, fine. I apologize for it. But you don't have to take it. It don't matter. It's cool. I'm not gonna debate you. I'm not watching the presentation. I'm just letting bygones be bygones. Just agree to disagree. I'm washing my hands with the whole entire issue. Now the thing is, if
We are too. April
you're gonna
22nd.
okay, April 22nd.
Lord,
Glad, good. It is what it is. It's not gonna take nothing from me, and it's not. And
right.
I'm probably gonna gain something from it, to be real,
Hmm.
because you're probably gonna send people my way.
Will.
But other than that,
Anything
the
turn around for our bad.
thing is, that's all I have to say to Mo Facts. Now the thing to Port City, to this book, to the books y'all talking about. I know in the books y'all talking about when they start talking about Africans. I want to ask you this specifically. When they talk about the African part in these books, is you trying to say that's when that's when they start talking about black people or something like that? And they saying these Indians are some other
Answer
people?
that.
I'm saying they make a distinct difference between Indians and Africans in the books and the sources that y'all put out. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Now when they make
Yeah.
in the descriptions, in majority of the books I read the description of the Indians. I even go to the definition of these people, and they are still described as Negroid, dark type of people. Now, do you agree to disagree? Do you agree or disagree that when the term Negro or black, is it just only exclusive to Africans and Africans alone?
The term Negro
Yeah,
exclusive to Africans.
Negro, black, dark, all of it. Is it only just exclusive to them?
I'll tell you, they've been using that term for Negroes since the 1400s. I can tell you that.
Yep, they used it for the Pacific Islanders. They used it for South Americans, Black Europeans, Black Russians. It didn't just apply to Africans. When you see that word black and Negro and things like that, you just can't say, "Oh, they talking about Africans," unless they bring up African. But I read books where they talked about African and Indians and still described them both as black people. I read some books that they describe the Indians that look like Africans. So we just can't say, okay, this person's telling a lie or something like that, or his interpretation is wrong, because on the next part they're talking about
Well,
Africans, they're just talking about a whole nother group of people. At the
right.
end of the day, they're
I
just
hear
your
what you're saying.
interpretation.
Right.
Right. I hear what you're saying, but say you put
Yeah.
out a source,
Two
right?
different
And you
interpretations.
say, well,
Same book.
in this source, we are the Indians, right? That's what they're
When I
saying.
read
Black
these
people
books,
are.
I'm just telling
This
people the
is this.
description of what Indians look like
Yeah.
at that time.
Right. And I'm telling you, in some of these books, it'll tell you the difference between the Indians and Africans and white folks.
Oh yeah, we know.
Like it makes this distinction.
We know that.
Yeah, we
I did that.
We
I showed that many times. It just, I guess you're not seeing it. I guess y'all not seeing it, but I have showed this in many instances. I showed it how they
yeah.
compare it and showed how they don't look alike.
Uh-huh.
so for the
That's
And what the
go ahead, Monty. Go ahead. I go
the
say
most
this.
high
Go
was
ahead.
turning
So,
around.
so I'm
So
assuming for the
I'm
books
gonna
that
go
you
over there
use,
between
I mean,
seconds.
the
You
books that you
make
said that I
between seconds
use, that's
that Hawk the
exactly what
spiritual
happened.
guy. No,
So
that's
when I'm
true.
reading a
I
lot of
was
these
just
books, a lot of
let me tell
a
you,
lot of stuff happened in the
don't be
1800s
sitting
where they
up there.
started to
But
classify
you're
people that
them same
wasn't
people are
Indians
from
as
that funky
Indians, and
town.
they started to
Them
actually
too. They
separate
do go
the
with him. I don't know now
our
who it is.
people in itself,
I'm
and the
just they
ones that
need to
would
hear the
become
truth. What they
enslaved would just be called Negroes, and the ones that
no,
was
then I hope you make it
the
to
government would
20
still be
seconds.
called
You can make
Indians.
yeah,
And
no, I ain't gonna
even
tell you
we even
20
talk
seconds.
about how
That the spirit
many
that he
people
had,
came from Europe,
I would tell him. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him nigga.
people that were shipped
And I'm gonna
here
send it to certain all of
from
them.
Europe.
And I'm saying there's such thing as
And I guess that's
good
what Brothers
promotion,
Natural was saying.
good
Many people are
promotion,
called
bad
Negroes,
promotion.
No, it's they
you
the
know?
Yeah, but yeah, I
We
hear you,
don't have
brother.
a
But
problem with that. That's
yeah,
not an
there's
issue.
yeah,
they
that's not an
do
issue.
up for
But
some
what
of
I'm
this
saying, brother, is
like good
if you
publicity, bad
present
publicity, don't make this publicity. You
information
still
out to
gonna
the
see.
public, and
But you ain't gotta
and
make this
and
game.
and in your presentation, you deny the fact that African slavery happened, and in that same source, we can look in that source
They
and
do
pull out
drop down at the same now.
several pages of them talking about Africans being enslaved, being imported, different places in America.
You talking
I
about
feel
Monty
like
or
you're
me?
being disingenuous to your audience. Like if we're gonna read the story, I feel like let's read the whole story. Let's not deny the African story or the African trade.
Don't
A lot of
Hey,
people have
hey, Port
said that
City.
it didn't
Nobody's
even
not denying
happen.
that. It's
I heard
just
a
a
lot of y'all
lesson.
say that though. I
So
heard like
You
y'all. I
you
like
you
now.
never heard me.
Now I think y'all walking back now because we've heard a lot of y'all.
What?
So
did
Wait,
I
Because we
not
heard,
just
and
I
I'm
say
not. I'm
earlier
not.
that
I'm
people
and
change
no.
their
Yeah.
minds? I just
Okay.
said
so
I just asked Mofax before the debate and after the debate. What was it? I said during the debate, I can go. We can go to YouTube and hear me say that the African slave trade did happen. It just didn't happen the way they said it, and the numbers was very significant. That's basically my argument. And now there's no point to bring up African slave trade in the books we read because that wasn't our topic. If that was our topic, we would bring it up. That's not
But in the
hiding.
same
That's
breath,
not hiding
and
nothing.
but
We
brother,
don't we
brother,
it's
don't have
in
to
brother,
bring
brother,
up African
brother,
slave trade in
brother,
every single
brother,
topic we talk
brother,
about.
brother. Right, brother. But in
but
the
he
same
did
breath,
though. He said
you
it.
say it didn't happen. That's what I'm saying.
I
That's the
stated that.
only reason we went and got
Yeah,
that book.
yeah.
We got
That's
the book
all.
because he said,
That's
"Man,
all.
I'm starting to think that the slave trade didn't even happen at all." So
Okay,
we was
That's
like,
just
listen,
"What?"
false.
listen.
So
Let
we
me
read the rest
Hold
of
on,
it, and
Mofax.
it's thousands and thousands of people being traded in the slave trade.
let me explain that.
Go ahead, Monty.
So when I stated that, that's not a
how much
definite
it takes
fact.
you.
Okay. When I say I'm starting to think that, because at first I told people, hey, it was 300 something thousand. Everybody can attest. I said that. Then I stated, hey, it's looking like it's 90,000. Because as I continue to do further research and I'm looking at census records, I'm finding less and less that supposedly got imported. And then I'm looking at more records, finding that people left from other regions, right? That people is not talking about how people left from South America. Where did they go? And you had people that was coming into Africa, and who were they? You know, that type of information is what I started to bring out, and how even to this recent times, you know, I may, you know, stated on my lives, hey, Negro doesn't mean African. And because they made it illegal for American Indians, so-called American Indians, to be enslaved, they classified millions of them as Africans because it was several years already into several years into the fact that there was already that type of movement was integrated into society already for such a long time. So all they did was just call them Negroes. And I always tell people, Negro is not synonymous to African. It isn't.
It isn't. And look, okay, so let me break it down this way because I get the census records, I get genealogy, I get the receipts that we see, and some of them was in the book that you showed. That's why we were saying like you can't. It's weird to say. I'm starting to think that this didn't happen, and the book is full of receipts. Like it was a surprise when we were reading it, but
Yeah, it's a good fucking book, bro. Shit.
yeah, definitely. And so here's the thing: does anybody know if Europeans needed a license or not for slave trading? Was everybody allowed to slave trade, or did they have licenses that they passed out?
I don't know nothing about that.
Yes, they did. They had
They did.
licenses that they passed out for slave trading. Now,
Exactly.
did everybody go get a license to slave trade? No. There were people who were sneaking doing slave trade. Just like after they abolished it, people still kept on trafficking people. They didn't stop the slave trade. They just did it undercover. They can make cocaine illegal and people still go and sell it. So it was going on before the census record, and it was going on after they abolished it.
Okay. All right. This is why I think that we kind of slipping off because so from MoFax and Port City standpoint, y'all say that because the census record started in 1790. Y'all saying that they were getting Africans from Africa from 1492 all the way up until slavery was abolished in the Americas, or like what's y'all standpoint, or did they? Because the thing is, if the United States became a corporation in 1776, is that when they started to do it for profit? Or were they already doing it for profit in the beginning? I mean, can y'all clarify?
This goes back to the Arabs and the Portuguese. Like my family, and this is, I gotta salute Natural and Montanese, because they proved what my grandmother said about them coming here dealing with the Portuguese. And this is 1503. 1503. They would claim, they argue about the shit in my family all the time. Oh, we didn't come from Virginia, because a lot of my family from Virginia, from my dad's side, right? But so, and everybody thinks 1619. Everybody pulled up in Jamestown. That's not a correct story. The Portuguese were getting their asses kicked, and then they took over a lot of these settlements and then ran off. This is in the early 1500s. So that's just what's documented. Remember, if we're saying that the European is a liar, then why are we sitting here saying that only his receipts are the start and the end of the slave trade? Only what he said, only his count when he knock on your door and say, here, check here. Well, that's what he recorded. What about the stuff they didn't record? All of that stuff is valid. You see what I'm saying? So we're not trying to say that only when they start counting on the census, that's when it starts, or only when they bring people to America, that's when it starts. It starts with the Arab, and then the Portuguese, and then it goes to the people who are coming, the Englishmen and the French and all of them.
Okay.
The slave trade is way back to Islam.
Right. You had a whole time before colonial.
That's when y'all missing the mark. That's where y'all missing the mark, because y'all leaving out of slave trade.
You be doing a lot of this stuff, so don't meet yourself.
We're talking about.
What
do you mean? What
you already know.
Do y'all know anything about the Indian slave trade? About ancestors that were taken from America over there?
Yeah, Indians were enslaved first.
Okay.
And Africans were got from West Africa.
Okay.
That did happen.
Oh, that's the key point. Okay. So if y'all know about the Indian slave trade that happened in America, why are y'all not speaking about that? Like, why do y'all just focus on the Africans and the Portuguese and all of that stuff? Because when you speak about the Indian slave trade or the Indian slavery.
Hold on. I've spoke about that before. Like, really? I've spoke about indigenous people being enslaved.
For the natives,
I've talked about Bartholomew de la Casa, sympathizing.
It wasn't towards the hood.
I'm just telling you what I got. Oh, y'all telling me I never did it, and I'm telling y'all I did it. I told you what book to read on that shit.
Okay.
I said read Bartholomew de la Casa's book on when he came over here on Christopher's third voyage, and what these damn Spaniards and these damn colonizers did to whoever was over here.
Okay, listen.
And I said, look, man, I made a video about that. I want to be very clear.
Port City.
And I talked about him.
You just said, hold up.
And I talked about him suggesting. Hold on, let me finish, sister, please. And I talked about him suggesting to go to Africa to get West Africans. That's how our ass got over here.
Okay.
So I'm not leaving out any of the story.
Port City.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying to you, Port City. If you talk about the Indian slave trade or taking Indians from the Americas and bringing them into what, Africa, you say? Africa and what else?
No, I didn't say that. I said that when the colonizers came over here, they enslaved people that got over here. And when they, for workforce of the enslaved could not take it no more, it was suggested that they go to West Africa. You can look up Bartholomew de la Casa. You can read the book and everything that he came over here.
I'm cool with that.
It says that in the book. Look.
Okay, we heard you, Port City. We heard that, but what I'm telling you, Port City, is that my tribe.
I said, the chaos is there.
When you go into the history, when you go into
double speaking.
The Natchitoches, Indians, they were taken to Barbados. They were taken to Jamaica. They were also taken to Africa. They were taken, but it wasn't in large numbers. It talks about them going by like 6 here, 7 here for work or for employment or for development. They also talk about that. So we cannot miss that if our people were taken to those different areas, you can go research my tribe, it's Chittamachas. I should have put the article in the background. But they were taken in those areas. And the point that we make with that is if the American Indians, and we're the American Indians, not the Native Americans, that's 2 different groups. There's 2 different groups.
That people keep mixing us up with.
The 2 different groups, and you can look into the laws and everything that was written. And Native American was a new term that was made in the 1970s. Before that, any legal documents were made for the Indians. That's why they did it intentionally of separating the people. You understand? That's why Native Americans found it offensive when you call them the Indians, because it ties them back to the Negroid race that they saw when they got here. So to make my point, my tribe were taken into those areas. So if the current Native Americans said that they were taken to those areas, prove it. Because right now in Africa, your phenotypes are not there. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that I don't have a connection to Africa, because some of my people were taken there, into the Congo areas and into Nigeria as well. People of my tribe were taken there. I do know that for a fact. So I'm not going to sit up here and say that I don't have ancestors in Africa, because I do. I'm not going to sit up in here and say that I don't have ancestors that live in Jamaica, because I do, because I got it. I have seen my tribe being taken there. And the girl that's also from my tribe say, oh, those records are on the reservation. When you come to Louisiana, I'm going to give them to you. Personally, I'm going to hand them to you. So what people have to understand is that we're piecing the pieces together in our head. If you told me people that look like me were sent into the Congo, okay, that's my people. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that I don't have a tie to Africa, because that's not true. Especially when you see your people being taken over there. And that's why that's what we need to talk about more. It's like people skipping over the Indian slave trade.
You're coaching,
and that's what we talked about. That's why we're missing the mark.
Hey, look, if that's your personal story, sister, I respect it. Right?
I'm telling you, that's what
and I'm not here to disrespect any of all that.
That's just not her personal story, my dude. That's
right, but I mean, I'm just saying, everybody got a different story. I think a lot of history is missed.
Mine intertwined with hers, and it's a lot of people.
Right. So like it you know, I'm not here to deny anybody's personal story or your history, right? What I hear a lot is a lot of anti-Africanism. I'm gonna keep it real.
So
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Now hold on. This ain't
because I've been letting y'all talk. Hold on, I've been letting y'all talk because this is what Goddess TV. This is what Goddess TV was talking about earlier before she dropped. She said, you see what you just did right now? Y'all just start making it about yourselves. Before, just sat up here and told you a whole thing and her whole thing. And you said, oh, well, I'm not trying to tell nobody something about how they're personal. And then you went on to talk about your African stuff. Stop doing that. You're doing it right now.
I'm talking about.
We're not allowed to speak. Why would we speak on stuff that
what do you mean?
Like I can't comment on that until
I
research it.
Like, look,
it's not right to comment on stuff like that. We just we have to listen to what she said and then try to use whatever information we do know. And remember, the question was about Africa, so that's why we were talking about it. We're not trying to skip over it. Like when I first got up here, boom, it was pressure about Africa.
Okay.
So yeah, and look, hold on, because y'all skipping. Hold on, because y'all just let Natural slide with that. I'm not trying to start no bullshit back up. Natural, don't get amped. Yeah, because he just said, get over it. I'm not debating you. And he missed the whole point. This is what I be talking about with the deception. I never asked to debate this dude. He said I was scared to debate him, so I approached him on it. Now he's trying to flip it and make it seem like I want to debate him.
Oh, I did not. Oh,
this is the bullshit I'm talking about.
You just painting the narrative. I did not make it seem
so
like
just
that.
Just say, okay, so why not just say you changed your mind? You thought I was scared. So hold on, wait. Why not just say you thought I was scared and then you found out that I wasn't? Why are you trying to act like I want to debate you?
Damn. Change my
I got a
mind.
question.
Now, okay, there's something I want to add to what B. Farrell said. You remember what Port City just said? He said that they wanted to go get some strong slaves to hold on real quick.
We understand. We got children. I got 3
As I was saying, when Port City said that the Dutch wanted to go to Africa and get them some strong slaves, the Dutch was lying about their slaves too. They was literally renaming the Indians they had as Negroes to trade with the Britons and the Portuguese as Africans, to trade with the Arabs, the Britons, and the Portuguese as well. A lot of us had looked alike, and we know that's facts. We all had looked alike, but you got to take that into consideration too.
Makulu, can you come up here? Can you request a box because you do a lot of talking and you
Bro.
never bring no receipts, bro? Damn.
I had a question for Port, for the people like Mo and Sutton.
Go ahead.
So, what do y'all think we are as a majority? That's really the question I want to ask. So, quote unquote, Black Americans, so called. What do y'all think we are in the majority?
I think we're gonna have a disagreement with that.
No, just
the majority. For me, okay, so this is the example, this is the angle I use. And in the comments, I'm not trying to prove, you got to get to know me, bro. I don't try to prove, I don't put myself in a situation where I'm going to look dumb. I would never in my life try to say that every black person in America came over here on a slave ship. And if you come into any live and talk to me, you will know that I'm too intelligent for that. I can't prove that, bro. I only deal with information I can prove. So just stop the cap, y'all. It's not going to happen. I'm never going to say everybody's an African. I'm never going to say everybody came over here on a slave ship. It's not going to happen. So leave it alone. Go talk to a different Pan-African. Now, my stance for the majority of the people over here is mixed up, because what I learned in my family coming from being a Hebrew Israelite, and if you know, the extreme Hebrew Israelites don't like Africans, right? And I found out that there's a lot of Africans in my family. Yes, they're Hamites. They're cursed.
It's
yes.
true.
No, hold on. Now, when it comes, the reason why I stopped you at that statement is because when you say the Hebrew Israelites.
Hebrew Israelites. Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Wait. You say they hate Africans?
Yeah, some of them. I'm not going to do all of them like that. Not all of them. There's some of them that accept their African origins, but and respect Africans. But there's some that just they do not like Africans.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
If you ever talk to the dude named Moses on TikTok, the dude with the locks, he hate Africans. And when he told us that in No Jobs Live, we slayed him. We got him a pillow. We tucked him in real nice. We read him a bedtime story. And we put him to sleep.
Okay, y'all.
That'll make no sense.
How can the Hebrew Israelites hate Africans if that's who they say they are from the slave trade? I don't understand.
Because they think that they came from Israel. They're using when those people, the Suez Canal separates it, so they're separate from Africa, and the Africans enslaved them. So their slave trade starts in Egypt, and then they were traded around all over the place. But they think they're like basically a special group set aside by God. And everybody else is, God's people that he don't like. And at the end, they're going to come back, 144,000, come back with a whole bunch of angels, and everybody, including the African, is going to be their slaves. That's the story. Now, here's the irony to it. Here's the irony. When I started coming into knowledge, right? Here's the irony. When I started coming into knowledge, right? I started doing more research, digging into my family, and I found out everybody doesn't come over here from a slave trade, right? I started seeing people in my family who recently got with an African that recently came over here from 80 years ago, 100 years ago, 120 years ago. So I'm asking my father, I'm like, yo, how the hell can we be against Africans? And we got a whole bunch of Africans in our family recently, not just from slavery. People have recently came over here and got with black men and women over here and mixed with them. So even if he believed he was a Hebrew Israelite, or any Hebrew Israelite believe that they're Hebrew Israelites and they're not mixed with Africans, there's people who came over here who look just like you, and you mix with them, and you probably got African in you. So that's something that sticks out to me. So I would never make the claim that the majority of people over here is anything. I encourage everybody to go do your research and see what you find. But from the research I have done, From the research, this is the last part. This is the last part. From the research I have done, it looks like everything for human life, not talking about everybody living today and what happened in the last 500, 1,000, 2,000 years. I'm talking about human life going back 20 million years. Or 2.2 million years. It looks like it started in Africa. That's where the evidence points. If any other evidence comes out, like Natural said, they got new information coming out, well, come on with it, and we're going to follow it and trace that shit back. And we're going to be the ones that tell our people the information. We don't need to go to the schools and say, hey, y'all need to put this in there because life started in America. We're going to tell this shit ourselves.
Yeah,
that's the, you know what I'm saying? We still need to. My
no
stance is that information. I'm not saying I was in a time machine or